How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Sorry for the weird position you're in, just because, like the last few days, I have a dog right here, a puppy right next to me, so I have to kind of stay close to her. Now, I want to talk to you today about a token, a crypto, that I talked about several months ago, and it just exploded. So, the token is Voyager Token. We can see here, I talked about it, how it was a must-own altcoin. And I really think it is. If you want good gains over the next few months, and you also want an interest boost, and you want interest on your crypto, this is probably the best altcoin that I know out there. Now, you can see that this was a couple months ago. At the time, the token was about $2.50. Now, it pumped up very quickly last night, 48% over the last day, 60% over the last week, and this is probably the best performing token here in the top 100 over the last 24 hours. It pushed up to 90th overall in terms of the cryptocurrency market. And I'll talk to you today about why it's so important and why I think there's a huge opportunity in it over the next couple months, because the supply shock is going to be huge for this. Also, I think, personally, I like the app a lot. I suggest trying it out. There's a link underneath the video. You can get some free money on it as long as you deposit $100. You can see the volume just spiking right here, and then it continued. This is over the last 24 hours, and we had times to buy in. I actually bought more today because I just felt stupid for not going heavier on this recently. But you can see that it was $1 and $2 here. It was $1.99 here. This is just on the last 7 days, but we can go back further and find even better deals. $1.50, and I've been telling my Patreon group about it. But let's take a look today at why I think that this is such a good value. So, first of all, you have to understand Voyager. This is a very quickly growing cryptocurrency app, and they are growing out their business, like I said, very quickly. So they are going to have their computer version, their desktop version of their app here soon. They just acquired a company yesterday that's in crypto payments. So I think that's maybe part of the reason that this is pumping today, because this was an $80 million plus transaction yesterday. So I think more people saw Voyager for the first time, and they saw, hey, this token really we should be buying, because you can see that they grew their revenue last quarter. They went from 60 million to 103 to 107 million in one quarter, so that's significant growth. Also, their total funded accounts went up a significant amount too, which is where it gets really interesting. So a couple months ago, when I did this calculation, I talked about the opportunity that was in front of us. So the funded accounts at that time, just 2 months ago, were 400,000. Now it's 665,000. The supply is the same. So we can actually watch that video again, but I'll explain this to you in an easy way. So the total supply of VGX right now is around 316 million. Now, this is going to be increased over time, but also there's going to be a token burn. So I'll explain that more here in a second, but this has gone up significantly. And you might be asking, well, why is that important? Because they have a loyalty program that gives you certain rewards if you hold so many tokens. So right now, you can see you can have 790 tokens for every single funded account. But what happens when we go up to 665 funded accounts, 665,000? Well, you can only have 475 per funded account. Okay. That starts to get a little bit more interesting, right? The supply is cut pretty significantly there. And the thing is, you need 500 of these to get some of the rewards. This is the lowest tier for Voyager. You need 500 of these VGX tokens to get all this. So you can get 7% interest, an interest boost on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC of 0.5%. Cash back on trades, 1x. Refer a friend, you get more. Withdrawal fee savings, 10%. Cash back on debit card, 0.1%. Debit card fee is free. And then you get free access to the desktop version of Voyager. So that's where it gets really interesting. The thing that I really like is the interest boost. Now, cash back on trades is going to be nice if you're more of an active trader, withdrawal fee savings if you're making a ton of withdrawals. What is interesting though, once you start thinking about it, is not everyone can be an adventurer. Not everyone can have this because the supply is not high enough. The other thing is there are whales that will hold significant amounts of this. I'm sure that there are people holding millions of VGX just waiting, knowing this company is growing so quickly and there just isn't enough to go around. So the total VGX per funded account is 475. This will continue to go down as time goes on because more and more people are growing on their platform, more and more people are buying VGX. But again, mostly just because, again, their platform is growing so quickly. So what can this do for you? Well, the price is actually $3.30 instead of $2.50 now. And it's actually going up as I make this video. So it's $3.37. You can see that this can actually be quite substantial for you if you have a decent sized account. So let's say you hold $4,000 in Bitcoin, about $5,000 in Ethereum, and then you have about $1,500 in VGX. So basically a $10,000 account. Well, this gives you a boost of 0.5% on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you're already getting nice interest rates. They have some of the best interest rates out there. You can see that they give interest on a bunch of different cryptos. Again, there is a link down in the description if you want to try it out. But USDC pays 9%, and they're going to give an extra 0.5% on that. And then, like I said, 0.5% on Ethereum and Bitcoin. This could change over time too. They can change this. So let's say you get this new interest rate. You also get 7% on VGX. So as time goes on too, the rich are going to get richer with VGX, right? Everyone that holds a significant amount is going to get 7%. But if there's no supply out there, if you can't get your hands on VGX, you aren't going to be able to actually start getting interest on it either. So you buy 500 VGX, you get 7% on that. So the extra interest on Bitcoin, you would be getting an extra interest of 0.0005 or a 0.01 Ethereum with 2 Ethereum, which might not sound like a lot, but assuming these go up pretty significantly, like $500,000 Bitcoin or Ethereum going up the same amount relatively, that would be a nice value because that would be $650 on your small account. Now, again, this is going to be 0.5% right now. So let's say Bitcoin and Ethereum stayed the same on a $10,000 account. It's not going to really move the needle too much, but hey, it's $50 worth of extra interest, plus you get 7% on VGX. So any account, I think that's $10,000 or more, maybe even lower than that, a couple $1,000, because you start thinking, okay, VGX will probably go up substantially too. Any account like that is going to get a massive push from having this VGX. And right now, the loyalty program isn't started. It starts in September. So right now, everyone's buying up, getting ready for this. You can see it's going up even more, $3.42. This has been a crypto that I've been averaging into because I really think there's going to be a supply shock. Now, other cryptos have this too, or other exchanges have this loyalty program, but I really like Voyager because they pay some of the highest interest rates on the most cryptos that I've seen. And you can see people are starting to see this token as a real value. Now, if you don't want to get caught in the dust again on something like this, like even since I looked at this at 8:35 a.m., which is 25 minutes ago, it's gone up 20 cents. If you guys don't want to be caught in the dust on something like this, you can look at the Patreon down below the video. There I told everyone my bullish thesis on Voyager. I told them that I was buying, and I told them when I was buying, and I was averaging in, dollar cost averaging. Now, like I said, I probably should have been dollar cost averaging higher because of how much they grew. And I didn't really put 2 and 2 together last quarter when they added all these funded accounts. I was really looking at the stock itself instead of reevaluating, hey, people can have only like 2/3 of the VGX that they had before if everyone wants to start buying VGX. So I didn't really put 2 and 2 together, but I was still dollar cost averaging, but I should have put more into it. So some risks for VGX. Well, if this gets pushed back, that's not a good thing, their loyalty program. Also, if Voyager as a company starts doing poorly or stops growing so much, if they stop growing completely, it's not going to be good for the token. But the thing is, if they still stay the same, it should be okay for the token because people will really want it to continue to grow their portfolios. But the underlying company has to be strong. And also, if the cryptocurrency market gets worse, it's not going to be good for VGX. Now, over the last 24 hours, the crypto market has actually come down, with Bitcoin falling from 41,000 down to 38,000, and VGX is still pumping. So it can still work when the cryptocurrency market is falling down. It can still do well, but this thing moves a lot. Like we saw $2 and nearly $3 a little while ago, and then it fell down to $1.60. We've seen it go way up higher than that. We've seen it around $4, even higher than that. So we've seen it at $7 and it fell all the way down to $1.60. So that's one reason that I like diversification, because you could think, okay, their loyalty program's coming out in September. That's awesome. I'm going to put 50% of my cash in here, and then it falls down 80% or something like that. So there can be negatives to going all in. That's why I never believe in going all in. But this is still a small part of my crypto portfolio. Right now, it's maybe 2 to 3% of it, because I like the other crypto so much, and the fact is they are much steadier. But this is going to be nice. The thing is, if you can get up to this 5,000, you are getting 1% interest. But really, I think this adventure is really what people should be going for, because you get about half the rewards and you only need 1/10 of the tokens. But again, I think the token itself, the underlying token, will do well too. So if this goes back up to $7, this is going to be a 100% gainer. A lot of people think that it's going to go higher than that. But let me know your thoughts on this down below. Let me know what you think about this token and what you think about Voyager in general. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.